Good day, everybody. Okay, today we'd like to proceed on another testing on serial communication, particularly on bidirectional read and write for two serial connected devices. So the connection will be as follows. ESP32 is connected to a UART to USB converter to simulate the communication. The UART is connected to serial 2 of ESP32. Serial monitoring apps will be used to simulate the communication in both directional, as well as we could try to use serious monitoring from Arduino web editor. Okay, let's proceed to the coding. So I'm connected to COM6, right? Connected to COM6 for to ESP32. Okay, and the UART to USB is connected to COM3, right? So you need to check out, right? For your case, right? If you are testing for your case, you might be different. You need to check with device manager which port you are connected to. For my case, I'm connected to COM6 for ESP32. So I refer to two tutorials, right? Two tutorials. One tutorial is from circuit for you, right? This circuit for you describe ESP32, and I use this code, right? And I alter the code. I change the code. I have tried refer to Arduino CC on serial communications where we can read and write, right, for a soft serial port, right? I'll show the link in the YouTube later on descriptions. So the same thing is, right, serial 2, right, is defined to 16 and 6 to 17 of ESP32. The only thing which is different is in the loop, right? For serial 2 once available, right, it will read, right? It will read from serial 2 and write, right, to serial 0, right? Which is very interesting. So you are able to do a bidirectional read and write being monitored on serial 0, right, on ESP32. So on serial 0, right, we are able to right, send a data. Let's say we are sending here, right, send a data, any numbers, and we send it, right, and read from serial 0 and then send to serial 2, right, externally, right, will be received by another end of the devices. So let's simulate this scenario. Okay, so USB to UART converter, right, I'm connected to COM3 in my case, right, I'm connected to COM3. So let's say I'm connected to COM3, I send A, B, C, D, right, alphabet, series alphabet I send. So on the ESP32, you receive A, B, C, D. Okay. So let's see. Let me put it smaller. Let me put it smaller. I cannot show two things at the same time. Let's see. Okay. So let's say I'm sending, right, from serial monitoring. I'm sending from serial monitoring 1, 2, 3, 4, any numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I should receive, right, from the other end of serial terminal, right? So I receive, right? I send from serial monitoring, and from ESP32 being received in the other end of UART to serial monitoring. Okay, and then I'm sending, right? When I didn't do anything, right? I just put it empty. I send empty. Actually, it's not empty, right? Let's check on the hex number. When I send empty, I received OD and OA, right? Remember the last exercise that we did, right? OD and OA when refer to ASCII table is means carriage, return, and new line, right? But nothing is being input here. When I send, automatically serial monitoring and the software, right? The software will add in what the OD and OA at the end of this sending. So I'm sending null, but it's actually not null. At the end we have something, right? So I send any numbers, right? I receive it, right? These are the ASCII representation of the character that I send. So I'm able to read both ways. Let's say I want to simulate another scenario. Let's say I'm not connecting to serial monitoring and disconnect it, right? I use another serial monitoring apps, right? Let's say serial monitoring apps, and I configure to COM6, which is ESP32. The same thing is 9600. The baud rate the same. So I connected, right? Let's say I'm connected. So I'm sending ABCD, right? I'm sending ABCD. It was supposedly to be receive ABCD in the end, right? ABCD, right? So if I send 1, 2, 3, 4, right, from UART to USB, right? I send and being received by ESP32, right? Right. So the sharing, I want to bring out the message of this sharing, right? We have this scenario, right? We have this scenario. This is the scenario. So any serious devices could bridge into a serious communications port, right? And you add to USB or maybe RS232 to UART, right? RS232 to UART, RS485 to UART, right? Anything, right? That is able to convert to UART and being read by ESP32, right? The scenario will be very important when we are collecting any data from devices, from the sensors, from the communications modules such as a LoRa or maybe a GSM that we are reading serials. We are able to collect the data and being processed, right? Being processed, you need to do further coding and send to IoT platform, right? That will be the data that will be going to be sent, right? So the one of the important thing is we are able to read serials. At the same time, right? Port 0 most of the time we leave it 0, we leave it untouched, right? Because we need port serial 0 for uploading the program and doing serial monitoring and for troubleshooting, debugging, and check the data before we actually send to the cloud, right? That is the message. That is the sharing. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.